Yes, guys, so we have finally made it. We are finally back again for another reaction on this Brbptv YouTube platform. I actually jumped on the Mr. Leaks reaction, guys. Whoa! If, of course, Venezuela and Guyana don't settle things, brothers and sisters, it's gonna be crazy. I actually did a reaction on them coming to meet to have peace talks, brothers and sisters. Will peace talks happen? Definitely check the link in the first comment in the comment box below as well. Anyways, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Click the thumbs up button, and of course, if you've not done so, subscribe and turn on that post notification. Click subscribe, click the bell, and then click all to be notified when I drop all my videos right there. And then with that said, guys, let us get into the vibrations for today right there. Now, brothers and sisters, I saw something rather interesting right there. This is what I saw, brothers and sisters. Prime Minister Skerritt claims his government has made remarkable progress in creating opportunities for Dominicans to own a home and lead prosperous lives despite numerous obstacles encountered. Now, brothers and sisters, I myself saying this cannot be for 2023, but when I look at this and I see December 14th, that is today, they make that article, I say it's a mistake they make. I say it's a mistake that they have made to us all. Let me read that title again, all right? Just in case we have been bamboozled by our eyesights. It is indicated here, Prime Minister Skerritt, the only Skerritt Prime Minister we know is in Dominica. So that have to be Dominica that they're talking about right there. Prime Minister Skerritt claims that his government has done what? Has made remarkable progress in creating, brothers and sisters. Is one thing to say making progress. You cannot define, okay, if you move from 0 to 0.000001%, that is indeed progress. All right, there is indeed progress. It is not seen, but there is progress. Now, me knowing Dominica on an economic point of view, on a financial point of view, and on a social point of view, brothers and sisters, and on a moral point of view, every single progression that we have made is null and void, and therefore have been going backwards like a running back. You know, when they catch the ball going this way. The running back has escaped and is heading to his home, brothers and sisters, where he can make a touchdown. That is what I seen happening in Dominica. So when they're talking about making remarkable progress, I have to say, hold up, wait a minute, pause and rewind. What do you mean by that? Remarkable is a significant amount, brothers and sisters, an elevating progression, brothers and sisters, right there. And Skerritt is telling us that his government has made a remarkable progress in creating. Now, let's say we don't know what he's saying. Remarkable progress. Maybe the only progress that we're seeing is in the infrastructural development in Dominica, which is being handled by the foreigners. Maybe that he's talking about. All right? No, not that he's talking about, brothers and sisters. As indicated right there, progress in creating opportunities. Maybe I do not know what opportunities is. Or maybe the Prime Minister doesn't know what opportunity and creating is. Okay? Creating opportunities. One of the things that I know Dominica has is a lot of potential. We are apparently not utilizing the potential. For example, we have a lot of fruits. Alright? Well, the fruits going down. But we have a number of fruits. We can plant trees and blah, blah, blah. We have the soil. The soil can create nice, tasty fruits so we can eat. Yum. We can yum them down, brothers and sisters. And these fruits are the potential that of which we can sell, or we can turn into products. Remember, Dominica plantains being sent to Antigua, and then Antigua is making plantain chips from Dominica plantains to send to New Zealand, brothers and sisters. Okay, all right. So that is what we call creating opportunities from the potential that of which we have. Dominica is not doing that. We used to have factories before. We used to have more than one water, brothers and sisters, brands of water. Ask me where these things go. So when you're talking about progress, how has your government made progress in creating opportunities utilizing the potential that Dominica has. I have to break down that title because I myself flabbergasted by it. It cannot be the same thing that I'm reading, brothers and sisters. He said, progress in creating opportunities. Now, I don't know what opportunities they have been created, but maybe there is something there. We will see. We have to go further. Opportunities for whom? Dominicans. I know they create opportunities for foreigners to come in and make money from Dominica via the CBI program. And then not just that, investing into certain things in Dominica like hotels, and then giving these monies, you made shareholder understandings, giving these monies back to the shareholders, people who have invested in Dominica. So it seems like the opportunity has been created for the foreigners, brothers and sisters. Now when they consider Dominicans, I have to be careful here, because if you are a person who buys a passport, you have become a Dominican technically, right? So you are a CBI Dominican. They did not say the CBI there, but a Dominican is still a Dominican regardless. So maybe that's who they are talking about. Because the local Dominicans, I don't see any sort of opportunities for them, that of which they are utilizing. To then do what? It continues. To own a home, brothers and sisters, to own a home right now is as if it's a fairy tale in Dominica right now. But the Prime Minister is saying to own a home. What exactly does that mean? Now we know that the Prime Minister is building several apartments for the people that of which he knows cannot do things for themselves. And that is increasing, by the way, yeah? Because the opportunities in Dominica are not being undertaken, because the potential is not being producing opportunities. Why? Because nobody is utilizing the potential of Dominica. I remember when the Prime Minister stated that they're going to be going out there to find markets for the Dominicans, and of course, and I even said that is a good thing. I said that is a wonderful thing. Up to now, we don't know where the Prime Minister find markets. There's non-existent, brothers and sisters. Non-existent that we know of, because they will come and say, hey guys, we did this and that. We have no idea what it is, and it's very obvious in the surplus, because numbers don't lie. That's one of the things that I like. Numbers. When you know we used to export 120, 200, 180 million dollars in bananas and this kind of things there. Not that far, but around that region, brothers and sisters, over 100 million dollars of bananas per year. And now it has dropped down to about 15 million in total for agriculture. I think that is not progress. That is regression, brothers and sisters. That is running back, brothers and sisters, in reverse. You know, when you're pretending like you're running, but when you look at your foot, is in reverse, you going, you know. So don't let them fool you, brothers and sisters. But to own a home as a result of the opportunities there is kind of silly, because I don't see anything of that sort right there. To own a home and lead prosperous lives. No, that is where you extending the joke far beyond any joke. That joke cannot be laughed at. Because you are saying to own a home is one thing. You probably saying, okay, you giving the CBI people, CBI generate money, you're giving people homes that they cannot even own, they cannot pass down to the little ones or whatnot, the next generation. They can just live there. Maybe if they pass on, then the next generation come and live there. Can you imagine you as one individual have 5 children, and then you pass on and these 5 children grow up, and all of them have to be in the same house? Well, all the best to that. Anyways, he said, live and lead prosperous lives. Which part of Dominica is leading prosperous lives, brothers and sisters? Which part? Only the oligarchs, the individuals at the top that are leading, because they're building all sorts of things all over the place, brothers and sisters, and therefore capitalizing on that. Maybe they're talking about themselves. We have created opportunities for Dominicans. I'm a Dominican myself. I'm talking about I have building my home, probably in my 3rd mansion right now, you know, and so forth and so forth. And lead prosperous lives. We are living prosperous lives. Maybe themselves that they're talking about. They're not talking about the normal Dominican people, because I know the normal Dominican people are suffering. Even laborites trying to run away from the very person that they put in office to do things for themselves. Why know that? Some just leave the other day. Say, Mr. Lakes, we're heading out there. We'll see you in. Yes, brothers and sisters. So I know of you or them. There's also some more that went to America the other day. Labor, all right then, brothers and sisters. Labor, only labor to the bone, but when you go in somewhere and you cannot vote for labor in the country you go in. Yes, I. Anyways, so the Prime Minister is telling us that they are creating progress in opportunities for Dominicans to own a home and lead prosperous lives, for which I don't have no idea. This themselves they're talking about. Despite numerous obstacles encountered. They're not talking about the normal Dominican people. I know this for a fact. But of course, what do I know now? There's articles, brothers and sisters. Now, during the ceremony, this is where it breaks down the whole thing. All right? During the ceremony of handing over 75 homes to Dominicans. So you're telling me that you're creating opportunities for Dominicans to own a home. And then you're telling us that you're handing over 75 homes to Dominicans? So which opportunity you create for these Dominicans to be able to get the homes? They work for the homes so that they can get it? They utilize the opportunities? All right. Let me see if I can understand this. Trying to break this down. During the ceremony of handing over the 75 homes to Dominicans. So the opportunity I'm guessing here would be CBI, or creating opportunities for Dominicans. For Dominicans, I don't think. Okay, creating opportunities. CBI was an opportunity out there. We are creating the opportunities, selling passports and so forth and so forth. And as a result of selling passports, these opportunities that were created outside there is then benefiting Dominica. I'm trying to get it. 75 homes to Dominicans. Have they received the titles? Because I remember the Prime Minister was saying something about, you know, all the things that the state has built is state-owned. So, handing over 75 homes doesn't mean you have homes, eh? Right, brothers and sisters. Anyways, during the ceremony of handing over the 75 homes to Dominicans, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt addressed the beneficiaries and stated that this is the time to rejoice. You cannot rejoice in an economy that is not doing well. You get a home, thank you very much. Can I progress with that home that you've given me? Can I freely speak? Can I say, hey, the country is going down the drain? Or for fear, if I say anything, I'll be kicked out. I think that is a vital point right there. He added the gratitude and graciousness are two essential virtues that human beings should cherish. Brother, let me tell you something now. Nobody should be gracious and gratified and be grateful to you for what? Utilizing the people's resources. You should be grateful to the people that they allow you to use their resources. You then saying that they should be grateful for you, for you using their resources, and they finally get the little home for them to stay, that they should be grateful to who? You? You using their resources. Grateful for what? Thank you for giving me homes and stuff. Thank you very much for utilizing my resources to give me a home. You be happy, thank you, I give you $100,000. Okay, you were able to say, okay, you find the different people for me to think, but it's my money I give you for you to build a house for me. It's the people's resources you are using to do things for the people. They should be grateful for what? For utilizing their resources. That is something else, eh? Graciousness are two essential virtues that human beings should cherish. He further noted that these homes are a priceless possession that can be passed on to their upcoming generation. So hopefully it can be passed on. Will it be able to be passed on? Have these people received titles for these homes? Not residential titles, you know. Actual titles. Because you can receive a residential title that says you have the ability and permission to live there. But you cannot sell it. You cannot pass it on to your next generation. You can do things because you have a residential title. Have these people received proper titles for these homes, brothers and sisters? I tried my best to see if I can look at all angles in there, because that doesn't make any sense. The only thing that makes sense there is you utilizing the people's resources to give back to them, and then you're making it seem as if it's you that doing it. However, he indicated he did not say whether they would receive title. Boy, didn't I just, is this first time I'm reading this, guys? However, he did not say whether or not they would receive titles to those homes anytime soon. And there's a voice note there, brothers and sisters. Let's listen to the voice note.
Today should represent for all of you a moment of celebration and deep gratitude for the blessings bestowed upon you by the Almighty. I cannot think of a more meaningful gift just days before Christmas, when we celebrate the love of Christ.
But you giving people their thing as a result of them and saying you're giving them a gift. Hey, that's something else. I remember growing up, when it was Christmas time, our parents used to give us funds so we can go out there and buy certain things, right? They used to give us funds from their hard work. Give us funds, we go out there, do a little shopping here and there, and in turn we will buy gifts for them. Right? We'll buy gifts because they give us the money to go and do the shopping and buy gifts for them. So it's technically they were the ones buying gifts for them. If they did not give us their money, they would not be getting any gift as a result of our ability to not have for ourselves at that time. We were little people, little youths, brothers and sisters. So then come in and say as if they have to be grateful for the things. I mean, come on. You have to be grateful for, I should have to be grateful for them being able to give me some of the monies, so that I can buy gifts for them, they receive the gifts, but I can also buy a little something for myself, go to KFC, have a little chicken, a leg or breasts. Spicy, please. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let's continue.
Christ has for his children. And just to remind all of us that there are two important things that we must pay attention to as human beings: gratefulness and graciousness.
To who? The Lord Almighty. Thank you, Lord, for providing the resources for us. But then for the Prime Minister to make it seem as if it's he, grateful to who?
If we do not have those, we shall live miserable lives. And therefore,
let me even comment on that.
it's important for us to be reminded of these very two important words. And not only be reminded of the words, but exemplify it in practice.
Oh,
you have been blessed with a place you can call home, a sanctuary where you can feel safe and create lasting memories of your family. Significantly, it is a valuable asset which can be passed on through generations, providing a sense of security and a solid foundation for your family to build a more hopeful future.
We would like to know if the titles have been given to them, to at least give them some sense of what you are saying right there. Some sense, brothers and sisters. And then let's say they give them titles and they have to pass it on. There's something called probate, brothers and sisters, that of which the government has to get a percentage if you're passing it on, unless it's put in trust and this kind of things. They are beneficiary. That is the only way to bypass, from my understanding at present, the only way to bypass probates that you have to give the government is when you have your stuff in trust. So if you pass on, brothers and sisters, whether it's insurance or those kind of something there inside that will benefit the beneficiaries, that is another story, brothers. Let me continue.
You will have an asset that you can in fact go to the bank with and take another loan, do many other things for your family.
So if they are able to do this, that means they have the titles, right? Hopefully they have the titles. Or they can always say things because it sounds nice. I doesn't trust nothing SKERRIT'S say. He say we building airport, look like they mine in the ground. Brothers and sisters, I do not trust anything that SKERRIT, Roosevelt SKERRIT, the Prime Minister of Dominica, says. Nothing at all. Because he's talking about pie in the sky promises and then doing pie in the sky promises, saying there's no pie in the sky promises. I mean, what kind of foolishness is this? Anyways, the article continues. Prime Minister SKERRIT added that the government has successfully created opportunities for Dominicans to experience more meaningful and satisfying lives, even though there are numerous obstacles. Now, I want to hear that. Please help us understand what are these meaningful opportunities that you have created.
Me and my colleagues in government, it is also a celebratory moment. It is another milestone achievement for us in our continuing efforts to secure the well-being of every Dominican citizen. Our policies are deliberately designed to uplift lives, to provide opportunities for growth and development, and to give every person a better shot at a more hopeful future. Despite our challenges, despite the circumstances that have threatened to derail our efforts, the government has excelled at creating opportunities for Dominicans to live more fruitful, fulfilling lives.
Which opportunities? Where the opportunities? Where them? All I see is fellas on the road smoking, drinking, and then there's CO. Where they getting the money, they probably saving the money just so they can CO to live free, have that dopamine effect, that temporary satisfaction, that dopamine effect. Why I can see and drink rum, knock out myself, and I don't remember what happened. But hey, I had a good time, brothers and sisters. That is something that is blow my mind, brothers and sisters. You will swear it's rum I drink it because it blow my mind. I don't understand it, man. But anyways, let's continue.
In education, in health, social services, and in housing, we have been preoccupied with increasing the comfort of our citizens and giving them a foundation to build more rewarding lives.
Let me stop there. Now, is that on the basis of, because since you handed over 75 homes for which you did not, the article said, however, it did not say whether they would receive titles to those homes or not. Now, if you're handing over 75 homes, all right, on the basis of handing over 75 homes, you're saying that you're doing a number of things for the people. Are you creating a socialistic or social society where the people have to constantly depend on you? Which, of course, is the indication of what you have stated before. That what? That you guys are aligned with the New World Order. You guys are aligned with this. That's what you stated. And the New World Order 2030 agenda is that you will have nothing, you will own nothing. Doesn't mean you're not going to have a house, you know, brothers and sisters. You will have a house, but you just won't own it. You will have a number of things they can restrict you and tell you, hey, we have all this. It's like a parents who control your finances because you don't have no money. Saying, okay, no, you're not getting this to buy. You want to buy a toy? You go to mom, can I have the toy? No. Or yes. This is not the same thing that you guys are doing to the people of Dominica. You're handing over homes after killing the economy. You're handing over a number of things because, you know, the people cannot do it themselves. So which opportunities are you creating? You talk about healthcare. Brothers and sisters, Dominica have one of the worst healthcares. We have nicer buildings. We have nice looking buildings. But nicer looking buildings doesn't equate to anything. When you come down Portsmouth and you're saying, boy, we have a smart hospital. Asking you, how is smart hospital? You don't have smart machines to do operations and this kind of things, you know. They're talking about motion sensor light bulb. What? Motion sensor light bulbs. Or how there's solar can be used. And what else? The temperature, the AC can do something. Have nothing to do with the benefit of the people. Just for the hospital to be able to save. You have solar power, great. But you cannot call this smart. You cannot call it smart, you should call it the green hospital. How you calling it smart and you have no equipment for it? You have to send people on rows yourself. Boy, you mad, I tell you, Lord Jesus. That's one of the reasons why I know I try my best not to never get sick. Even though I mean my insurance is overseas, but at the same time, you never know something can happen to you and you need the help of Dominica, and Dominica just not there for you. You have to be flown out. Yes, Ami.
In the housing sector in particular, we have taken innovative steps to place vulnerable citizens in safer shelter. I say with no fear of contradiction that Dominica stands tall above the rest in our region and beyond in the provision of modern hurricane-resistant housing units to its citizens. For me and my colleagues.
Guys, the Dominican Republic you talking about? Huh? Santo Domingo you talking about, brothers and sisters? That is Dominican Republic. What else that name Dominicana? Huh? You know that Dominica in an alternative world you talking about? In an alternative world, most likely be the opposite. So that thing means progress will be happening in Dominica. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Or he's talking about himself as a Dominican. Me. I am focused on me. And if you look at it from a me point of view, from SKERRIT'S point of view, then this makes sense. The Prime Minister of Dominica claims his government has made remarkable progress in creating opportunities for SKERRIT to own a home and lead a prosperous life, despite the numerous obstacles encountered. I think that makes more sense. Because what you stated there, you give 75 homes as if the opportunities that people utilize that you give them were able to give them homes. Maybe it's just me, brothers and sisters, but I find this very interesting right there. The thought process that went on into making this. And then people will believe it, brothers and sisters, but we must stop looking at what people say. We must look at objective reality and what reality truly is, instead of just swallowing because these people are our leaders. Oh, they will always have our best interest in that, knowing that throughout history, the most corrupt people who have ever lived are those we put in positions. But I always have to mention what Professor Lumumba stated. The people get what they truly deserve. Therefore, if the people are getting a corrupt government, doesn't that mean that the people themselves are corrupt? How do good people who want the betterment for their country keep voting for the same thing over and over, and knowing that that very leader is corrupt? I'm not just talking about Dominica, I'm talking about across the board. People seem to be neglecting facts. There's something I posted the other day. A lot of people formulate their opinions not on facts. Because if people formulated their opinion on facts, when the facts is read to them, they would not be offended. But if you are creating your own feelings, or having your own feelings, not creating, but having your own feelings, and because of how you feel on a situation, you then believe what you feel is facts, then when facts present themselves, the facts that you create based on your feelings, you will always triumph over the actual facts, even though the facts that is truly presented is based off true objective reality. Brothers and sisters, truth doesn't have my truth and your truth now. Truth is just truth. Truth is absolute. Am I in front here speaking in front of the camera? Absolutely true. It is absolute. Brothers and sisters, that is very interesting. But sometimes you just have to look for the absolutions to forgive people. The absolutions, brothers and sisters, to forgive people for their dirty ways. And sometimes that question is interesting. How often do you have to forgive people? Well, the great book says 70 times 7. But how often you take blows? How often the most resilient people on planet Earth is Dominicans. The most resilient. Yes. You cannot tell me you've seen blows happening in front of you. And you constantly putting them there over and over because they come to give you a few dollars. When in hindsight you're paying them $70,000 a month. Some of all you're not even making that in a year. Or you're not even making that in 2 years. Not even 3 years, brothers and sisters. Because if you're making $500 to $700 minimum wage in Dominica, $700 per month, brothers and sisters, for the year. $700. Boy, that is truly something else, right? And you think you're making $70,000? It'll take you more than 5 years to make $70,000 on a $700 budget. Ah, boy. That is something else. $700 a month is how much? 7 is 1,000, 10,000. So 7 would most likely be 8,400. 8,400. And in 10 years' time, brothers and sisters, making $8,400. Boy, that is a year we EC dollars we. $8,400 we. Minimum wage, brothers and sisters. There are people making that we for the year we. What? Boy, a man making $70,000 for living in a mansion. You working hard, brothers and sisters. And you have to make $8,400 a year. You know how long that will take you to make $70,000, brothers and sisters? If $8,000, say $8,400, in 10 years, that'll be $84,000. In 10 years. Boy, that is. So in 8 years, it'll take you to make $70,000. Boy. 8 years. It'll take some of all in Dominica. 8 years. 8 years, we? That's some of my videos longer than 8 years, we? Watch time. Some of my videos are longer than 8 years watch time. One video of mine, I remember one of them is 16 years of watch time. People watching it. That one video from start to finish, totaling up for the amount of people who watch it. 16 years watch time, brothers and sisters. It's going to take you 8 years to get $70,000. That of which the Prime Minister is making just living in a house. But they create opportunities though for themselves. But hey, I could be wrong, brothers and sisters. If I'm wrong, let me know that in the comment box below as well. Definitely check out the previous reaction I did on the Mr. X reaction, guys. And of course, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that if you understand it. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting right there. It's nothing laughable, brothers and sisters. That's nothing laughable. But of course, if you replace Dominicans with the government of Dominica, then it makes sense. But what are your thoughts, guys? Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. With that said, right there, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.